There are reasons for delay. First, God can orchestrate a delay because He's enriching a divine appointment ahead. It is not unusual thing in the life of most Christians as to why delay happens, but it can happen. Understand there are due seasons for everything. Ecclesiastes 3:1-8. And the only thing we can do in this case is to keep faithful, holy, and wait. Another thing that could cause a delay is Satan. That is why I've mentioned to stay faithful, holy, and wait on God. Satan himself can cause delay. In the book of Daniel 10, verse 12-13, we were told about Daniel how he was delayed. Angel Gabriel was sent to deliver a message to Daniel. The Bible told us that the prince of Persia delayed in Angel Gabriel, so Daniel could not get his answer. Thank God for Angel Michael, who came to rescue Angel Gabriel. Forces of delay and frustration can cause delay. Witchcraft manipulation, spirit of delay, also delay is faulty foundation. Most times we may not even know this. That is why I mentioned stay holy, stay faithful, and continue in serving God. Stay committed and keep pushing. Do not give up on God. Faulty foundation. It happens. Well, most of us, we don't know whether we have faulty foundation, whether there was not. We don't even know our lineage, our history, where we're coming from. When we look at the life of Abraham, Abraham actually had a faulty foundation because he came from a family of idolatry. So some delay can be as a result of faulty foundation. Abraham's destiny was compromised by faulty foundation because he came from a family of idol worshippers. God promised Abraham a child, but that child did not come until after 25 years. Even Isaac, their son, took 20 years to have his children. 20 years. Rachel, the loved one by Jacob, took many years to conceive. You will now ask, could there be a generational curses? Because we see a pattern that is very clear, a clear pattern. It was a family of late starter. So what do you do in this case? You stay holy, faithful, committed, stay in God, and don't go back. Another reason for delay could be unbelief. Abraham, again, as an example, it took Abraham several years to believe God. I'm sure that's why he had to compromise when the wife Sarah introduced Hagar to him. So we see if really Abraham believed in God, believed what God has said, he would not have compromised. Because looking at him, he and his wife were already old. Physiologically, it was already impossible for them to have children. But God had to do a miracle to reverse the situation. Another thing that could cause delay in our life is ignorance. When we do not know the right thing to do, doing the wrong thing to get the right result can also be an ignorance that causes delay. So it is only God that can also cure us of ignorance. That's why we must stay faithful, holy, and committed to serving God. I'm going to use a practical example here. As a young lady, or as a young man growing up, there's this issue of pimples that was sometimes experienced as a young teenager. Some people will have it, some will not. Some will have it because their parent, my mother has it, my father was having it, and they will also have it. But as well, it can be prayed out if you have faith that, if I can't, no, this thing can come out from my face. You can pray it out if you have faith enough to pray it out. But if on the other way you cannot pray it out, you let it be. But it is for a season. Because it gets to a point in your life, it will go on its own. Then you hear people say, you can use this product to cure pimples, you can use this product, you can use this product. What I'm trying to say is, I'm trying to illustrate why people are unstable when it comes to serving God in waiting time. I've seen young ladies who try to use different kind of products to cure pimples. And the more they try, the more it comes out. So the more you go about to get solution to your problem sometimes, the more complicated your life becomes. You forget that this thing, it has season. It can come and it gets to a point it to go. So people forget that, oh, because I'm having pimples, you're going to try everything to make sure your face is anyway. It's ignorance. And again, because you do not know that at this stage, say for instance, my daughter look at me today, she'll feel, oh, my mommy doesn't have this thing. Maybe in her teenage age, she begins to develop pimples. And she begins to say, or my son begins to have pimples. They say, oh, my parents don't have it. Where's it coming from? Why is this thing in my face? Or you look at some other people, but they don't have it. Or getting that mommy also had it when she was that age, when she was younger. It kept coming out. Even now, sometimes it can still come out in my face, depending on what I eat sometimes. Even daddy was also having it then. But although he no longer has it, but when our children look at us, they feel, why will my face become this? And they want to try everything possible to make sure they cure it. So sometimes, because of the food that we eat, because of the things we consume, can also cause it. So if you're having it at all, it comes out sometimes, and you feel if there are things you eat that causes it to come, and you are not praying, oh God, I don't want to have pimples. Oh God, I want this face to clear. And you know that when you eat not causes you to have pimples or cause pimples for you. You begin to consume nuts while you are praying that God, I don't want these things to come out from my face again. In fact, it's not a matter of your neatness, it's not a matter of your cleanliness, it's not a matter of, no matter what you do, there are certain things that are natural. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes God can himself orchestrate a delay in our lives. So out of ignorance, we begin to run from place to place to place to place, not knowing that this thing is just for a season. So if I begin to consume not believing that, oh, my pimples can clear off, or I don't like these things that comes from my face, and I'm still consuming not, it's ignorance. And it is only God that can actually cure me of such ignorance. It's just about knowing that once I eat this thing, it brings pimples, and you stop it if that is what contributes up. Then another thing is, let's take for instance another example now. A couple who is waiting for a child. You're always on a journey, you're never together. In fact, you have a pattern of sex that may not even result in pregnancy. You do know, because the Bible says in Ecclesiastes 11:6, sow your seed in the morning and at evening. Let your hand not be idle, for you do not know which will succeed, whether this one or that, or whether both will do equally well. So let's do what we are doing with God, or when we are serving God, let's serve him faithfully and righteously, because we do know when a miracle will come. If you're somebody who is trusting God for financial breakthrough, trusting God for a job, business opportunity, don't be idle. Get hold of any little things that come. Hold it. I know it's not everybody that wants to get hold and hold it, because some people believe this is what I want, and as long as I know what I want, I'm not going for anything less. I'm not going for anything more. But it's good to know what you want. But again, there are little things that open big doors. If you compare the key to the entire door, there are people who try to break door. I remember there was one time my key got broken inside the door, and we tried to open it. In fact, they wanted to call the expert with his instrument to come and get this door open for us. But with that key, effortlessly, you just open it. So there are little things. This is a little key that opens a very big door that you as human being, I and my husband combined together, we're not able to try to open this door. But little things can open mighty doors for you. And if you're saying you're waiting, you're trusting God for anything, so in the morning, so in the evening. Because put your hand sometimes into little things. Little things can open mighty doors for you. So if there are delays in your life, these are things you look at. Oh, this thing is not working. Like I've used the example of a couple waiting for children. You cannot be distant apart and be expecting that God will do a miracle because you don't know when it will come. It will be. You don't know when it will come. And in doing all this that we do, this small, small thing, let's stay faithful, committed, and righteous when we push. I pray the Lord will grant us grace to wait where we push. But don't forget, never give up on God. Even if you decide to give up on what you're waiting for, never give up on that.